I'm Effie, and in this video I'm going to be talking through my reading goals for 2024 as well as looking back on the goals that I set for 2023. I have 4 very simple goals in terms of my reading for 2024. I want to DNF more books. That's not to say I want to be picking up more books that I dislike, but I want to be freer with DNFing. Like, I want to be honest with myself and go, if I'm not vibing with this book, there's only a finite amount of time that I have to read, so it should all be devoted to books that I love. Secondly, I want to listen to more audiobooks, and by that I mean I want to actually carve out time specifically to listen to audiobooks. I also would like to make headway on my BookBox books, which are conveniently located right behind me in this frame. I have a video where I talk a bit more about that, but just in general, like if I'm getting book boxes, I want to actually be reading the books that I'm getting in book boxes, because I seem to have acquired quite a lot of books from book boxes. And the fourth thing is I want to review every book that I read. Like, I have a paper reading journal and I love the process of filling out a reading journal, but I just think it's too much for me to try to do. So I would like to do it, but more occasionally, maybe save my reading journal for the books that I feel strongly about, either loving or hating. So I think I'm going to be doing sort of maybe start up a blog again. Gosh, that feels so old school. It's where I started with book reviews actually. But I think just like writing a bit, it might only be one sentence, but writing something about every book that I read, because I want to have that to be able to look back and go, oh, those were my thoughts that I had about this book in the moment that I read it. So those are the 4. A fifth one that I did have and apparently had just forgotten about was that I want to try and read for at least an hour a day. I read before I fall asleep. I read on my Kindle anyway, but I mean outside of that, I want to actually carve out an hour each day where I just sit down and read. It sounds doable, but then I find that my reading's all over the shop, and I would like to have that sort of dedication to do that every single day. So hopefully I can achieve that, but I'm going to start by saying in January and see how that continues, because I know in the past having a reading streak where like I've read every day for however long, the longer a streak goes on, the more pressure it puts on yourself, or I find it puts that pressure on myself, and I find that reading becomes a chore, and at no point do I ever want reading to feel like a chore for me. Like, it is my passion and my hobby, so I don't want to be forcing it. So now let's look back at the reading goals I made roughly this time last year. So I've got this spread in my reading journal where I've made this little envelope. It says goals. So let's see if I can get them out of the envelope now. So like, it was all well and good when I made it, but can I get the reading goal slip out of the envelope? So see? A little envelope. Let's see what I wanted to achieve in 2023 and if I achieved them, hey? But it says, carve out more time to listen to audiobooks. I'm not overly bothered that I no longer have the time to plough through hundreds of audiobooks, but I'm missing the experience, and listening to audiobooks will give me time to focus on other hobbies too. So, I mean, I was reasonably successful, but clearly since it's a goal for next year, it's something that I want to continue improving on. DNF more. Again, I clearly haven't DNF'd as well as I would like this year, as I've made it a goal for 2024, but achieved. Be more considered with my book buying. I'm not going to put myself on a book buying ban. I just want to be more intentional with the books that I'm adding to my shelves. I definitely think I have achieved that this year. Like, I've probably acquired a lot more books than I realised this year, but in terms of like buying them, I am taking a moment and not being so quick to buy every book just because. I think the vast majority of the books that I've acquired this year have either been from people unhauling them or from bulk boxes. So I'm getting better. And then the final one, which I know for a fact I failed at this year, was I would like to keep on top of reviewing and rating books. So I'm not going to beat myself up about that one because it really started dropping off when my mental health started declining this year. So like it's a bad state of mind to sort of beat yourself up over things that are really out with your power because your brain's just not playing ball. So I'd say that on the whole, I've kind of achieved my 2023 goals. So it's more that I want to continue growing and improving on the things that I set out to do in 2023 and carry them through to 2024. And that's the video. I hope you have a brilliant 2024 and achieve everything you want to achieve. But until next time, love you. Bye.